I'm giving you feedback on your technology presentation using our Going Green rubric here, or checklist of the things that I'm expecting to see. And the very first slide needs to be a title slide. So you need to indicate what group that you belong to: team recycling, team compost, team biodegradable. And that's the very first thing I want to see. The second slide, I'm not quite sure, first of all, what this is. It looks like to me it might be a video of some sort, but this is just kind of, stuck in here, and I'm thinking it needs to be moved or changed. Here's your title slide here, Crusaders Compost. Okay, let's go here to the next one is identify environmental issues that are a result of food waste. This is what I want to see before I look at the guiding question, before I see the guiding question, because I want to know what the purpose of this whole project is, and this Team Compost is all about. So I want to know what's going on in our environment. This is a sustainable project that is about environmental issues, especially in our landfills, of improperly dumping waste, and where food cannot properly decompose, and it's creating methane gas that is getting to our air and in our water. And I want to know where your research is in regards to that. And then I want to see the guiding question. Because of those environmental issues, the following slide, such as this one here, is what can we do about PDS waste to help reduce the problems it poses to our world? So that would come next. And then the next slide is supposed to be your problem statement. So your problem statement can be found in your packet. The packet that you use to collaborate on or collaborate with your team members at the beginning of this research project. And it's where you recorded your questions that you researched, and you recorded the information that you found. So that would be something that I would want to see next. And then you are on the composting team, and I asked for you to explain in depth about the research that you've done in regards to that. This slide here, I like this. This is where all of our trash from the cafeteria ends up. With composting at PDS, we can lower this amount. Okay, I do like that. We just need to probably work on the order of these slides. This is good. This is what we throw away every day in the cafeteria. With composting, we can turn all of this into dirt and put it into our garden. I really like that. How can we reduce food waste at PDS? Okay, so here's the guiding question. We need to make sure that we do have more in-depth or specific detail information about environmental issues. So it will give a purpose to this project. But I do like this, and this is part of your solution in making a homemade trash can compost machine. I like that. Okay, with these trash cans and a little help, we can make composting machines and make a PDS a little greener. I like that a lot. And okay, so here are your steps. So this is part of your in-depth of how composting works and how you plan to compost cafeteria food waste. So you've got, get a trash can and put small holes in it, each 3 to 3.5 inches apart. Place the trash can on top of some cinder blocks and put the food and materials in. Okay, now we probably need to know more specifically in this in your information here about how to go about dividing. You said food and materials. I need more specific information about that, and meaning like, are we separating food and paper, and every once in a while, I need to know how often. Is this daily? It says shake the trash can so that food mixes around. I need some research that's going to support this and maybe provide a little bit more specific information, because this is not telling me specifically, how this is going to help decomposition. And I need to know how often, and how many composting bins that I'll need, or how many composting machines I will need. Um, so we go from shaking the trash can to having fresh compost. So I think we're missing some important information there. So work on slide 9 for me. Let's see here. We can compost all this food instead of landfill. It can benefit our garden. Okay, we need to work on this. What do you mean by instead of landfill? Yes, it can benefit our garden, but we need to know more specifically how. So I'd like more information on that. The wording on this needs to be larger. So maybe we can work on font size here. When organic materials such as food scraps and green waste is put in landfill, it is generally compacted down and covered. This removes the oxygen and causes it to break down. Okay, now this right here might be better to at the very front of the presentation to explain the environmental issues. So this slide 12 needs to be slide 2 up here. Because it is about the environmental issues. Compost, they will be placed outside. Okay, again, you've already showed me what your composting bin with holes is going to look like. So we're kind of like, we're going from one idea to another and back to the same idea. So we need to make sure that this is on the same slide when you introduced what the composting bin is going to look like. Now we have the graphing information. Miss May will give you specific feedback on this, and I cannot see here. It's a little blurry, but maybe it will have better quality once you, maybe there's a different way we can scan it and upload it, but we need to work on that so we can see specifically what the breakdown of this pie chart is. Okay, we've got another slide here. This is easier to see. Food, other wood, plastics, metals, paper, and paperboard. Biggest waste in the world. Okay, so this would be for global. Is there a chart that you can do specific to PDS? Can you give me some information about the paper waste, the food waste, the plastic waste, and any just waste that would go to the trash bin that would have to go to the landfills because it's not recyclable? That would be a great bit of information to share. Okay, we have proof that our project is something PDS can do to reduce the amount of food waste that goes into the landfill. Okay, so what is your proof? If you're going to say that, you probably need to provide me of how it's going to be possible. So if we're going to compost, maybe you can explain the process of doing that and what role that everyone will play in accomplishing that. Let's see here, production. Okay, so this is another chart. Miss May will give you specific feedback on this since you've been working in math with her on that. I'm not quite sure what this is, but again, this is a rough draft, so this looks like it's still a work in progress. And let's see, 40% of the food in the world goes to waste. This would probably work better in the front, identifying environmental issues. And then we've got garbage can compost. The numbers don't lie. We need a solution. This would probably need to go again with the recycling bin here, the composting bin that you mentioned in slide 7. So slide 27 and 13 need to probably go together and not have them spread throughout. And I'm still wanting some kind of logo, wrap, or catchy phrase for composting. And your pictures look great. It appears that you have put a lot of work and effort into your project, and I look forward to seeing it when it is ready to be published.